So nice to have you, Konstantin. Thank you for your time. This is basically a customer interview. And please just briefly introduce yourself, what revenue level you're at, and then we'll just talk about your experience with us.
My pleasure. Always good to talk to you, Paul. And yeah, I'm the advertisement manager for a German company, and we sell solely on Amazon in 4 different marketplaces. And our revenue for the trailing 12 months is around 3 to 4 million, probably, with around 20, 30 products, something around that.
And are you like managing it alone, or do you have like a specialist, Konstantin, who helps you, or like what's the procedure or like the workflow?
Basically, I'm optimizing the PPC and creating new campaigns all by myself, but I have some of tools which help me to analyze the data, but also giving me some, but more or less it's just me.
Respect, yeah. No, like that's a lot of products. Cool. Yeah, I mean, basically we went into collaboration because you were looking for an automation of your KPI tracking reporting. And so thank you for your trust. And we basically helped you integrate the Amazon ads and setting partner API into your UI. And yeah, like, first of all, how's your experience in general? And what made you evaluate or like think about getting an API automation?
Thing is, it all started by the need of having a tool or a sheet where we could collect all our data and to have an overview for the performance of our product. So what we started is we just had a Google sheet where we took the business report, the Amazon ads data, and put them into the Google sheet to have it just on display, everything. But you can imagine with growing or launching new products constantly, the amount of work just became unbearable to do manually like we did it before.
Yeah.
And it can be done automatically, but all the tools we have tested before, and there were many, basically they didn't fit our needs in terms of customization.
Right.
There was always something missing or not the way we wanted it to have. So at the end, we always came back to our Google Sheet, and that's who came into play and helped us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Integrate all the data.
For sure. Yeah, we definitely built a monster, which I haven't like seen in my career. So I think that's definitely one of the most detailed KPI tracking and reporting systems I've seen. And that speaks towards your standards, right? Because most people, they don't even go into depth. Quite cool. Like, so how much time would you say, Konstantin, like took the workflow per week for you to like aggregate the data manually or like draw the reports before the KPI automation?
Basically, we had 2 types of sheets. The one was for the KPI tracking of all the business report, but also ads data. And then we had the separate sheet, which was solely on the performance of the PPC campaigns. And I would say, think 1 year ago, we started to talk about automation. At that time, we had maybe 10 to 15 products. And I would say that I had to do like 10 to 15 hours per week just on collecting the data from all the different sources, put them into the sheets, and then also analyzing them. And I would say, and also another thing is that we just focused on one marketplace, our main marketplace, because doing the same basically amount of work for all the other 9 marketplaces was just not
realistic.
Impossible.
Yeah.
And you helped us to integrate all the data, so we can now also analyze the data for all the other marketplaces. So we are also right now in the process of rolling out it all for the other marketplaces, because you showed us how to do it by ourselves. We liked it pretty much, and you didn't just provide the solution, but also helped us to understand how it works and how we can further work with it. And
absolutely.
And I think it's maybe half an hour to an hour a week now.
So that's crazy, right? From 15 hours to like an hour a week. That's great. And
not a lot of time.
That's amazing. Like, that makes me happy if you are happy with it. And of course, like, we guarantee like customer satisfaction and everything. And like, for somebody that might be on the fence looking to work with us or any other automation specialist, like, and the argument is basically, okay, but we have Seller Board or we have any other like, KPI tracking and reporting tool. Why was that not enough for you? Like, what metrics were you missing? And, why not just use the software?
That's a good question. And I would say, if you're happy with just having, for example, Seller Board and analyze data, that's fine. But we realized that with growing competition, you really have to understand all of your data and into detail. And to be ahead of your competition, you need to gather everything just in one sheet or whatever it looks for you. But it helps them to see the big picture and to see what you have to do to be ahead of your competition. So for us, it was always clear that this was okay, the solution, but really do the, let's say 95%, you have to analyze all of your data in a deeper way.
Absolutely. And I think what I like most about your KPI tracking and reporting, without giving away too much, is that you would see like week over week for like the past, whatever, like 20, 30 weeks. And I think that's, an insight that you don't get with any other tool. That's what I liked about your tool. And I mean, you have all metrics in there, right? You have like all the advertising metrics, all the metrics from the business reports. And like, I think you also implemented like rank and category, like BSR and category tracking per week per ASIN. So I mean, that's huge. Did you implement the returns too?
Yeah.
Did we implement that? Cool.
Well, yeah. So already knew in advance how the KPI tracking had to look and which data it has to include. And what we like about working with you is you made it all happen. Like you were really helpful with just finding a solution for the type of sheets we wanted, which had to look like. And that's why we chose to work with you, because there were other tools which claimed they would be customizable, but after talking to them, it actually wasn't that way. So we appreciate it about you. And I know it was a lot of work and probably some headaches, but you worked through.
Absolutely.
Not like our 100% satisfaction.
For sure. No, I mean, we're both nerds, right? I think we enjoyed it at working on it, and there's nothing more customizable than a Google Sheet or Looker Studio at the end of the day. And no, I'm like also grateful for your trust. And like for me, like you said, it's really important that you're independent, right? That I don't make you dependent on my service, but that I just give you the tools and provide the customer support, and you basically know how to hunt now, and you don't need me anymore. And that's really important to me. Cool. So like any last words that you would give to somebody, Konstantin, who might be, on the verge of working with us, or what would you say is like the level at which it would be like sensible to do in KPI automation? And like, what's the revenue level or SKU level for you when you like recognized, hey, you said like 15 ASINs is when you had, when you were like pushing the limit, but what would you say is like the tipping point where it makes sense for seller, one vendor?
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably it's for everybody different, but if you feel that you spend too much time with just gathering data every week to understand performance of your product, and in my belief, already like 3 to 4 hours per week is already too much for the task which you can automate. Then you should definitely consider to work with Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now you have a data entry specialist who works 24/7, right? And like, what tasks are you focusing now? Like, what time can you deploy for certain tasks that you previously could not? What do you focus on now?
I mentioned we are launching constantly new products. We have now more time for that to launch new products with cool USPs, and just to have the time and mind on this task. But also I have now much more time for focusing on the optimization of the PPC campaigns, which also came short before.
Absolutely.
The really high level tasks which are important to bring your business forward. Now much more time for that.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. Thank you, Konstantin. Hey, I appreciate working with you, and I mean, lifetime satisfaction is my word, and I will honor it. So thank you for your time, and